Hey everyone, welcome to another video. In this one, I'm going to show you how to run the Incredibles PC game, the Disney game. This is a game that's really hard to get to work on Windows 10 because of the secure, DRM on it. So what I'm going to do is show you a way to get this running. You either need to have the physical 2-disc set for this to work. The expansion pack that has like 3 of the Disney games will not work with this, so you need to have either the images of the original game or the physical disc themselves. And you're also going to need a no CD in order to get this to work properly. If you have the original discs, you should be able to play it without that, but I don't know if you'll be able to play it on Windows 10 because, like I said, because of the secure DRM on there, which may not work with Windows 10. So if you're interested in giving this a shot, go ahead and open up your browser. We're going to travel to 3 websites. One of them is optional. So the first one we're going to go to is this one here. We're going to click on download this file. What we're going to do is download this middle one and this third one. You can go ahead and skip the first one. Once you have those 2 files, we're done with that. Go ahead and leave this page open. If you're interested in doing the FOV adjustment, go ahead and leave this page because we're going to need these numbers here. And I'll show you how to do that later in the video. Then we're going to need DG Voodoo 2 to get the frame pacing to actually sync. So go ahead and download this one here. 2.84.1, that's the latest version. Go ahead and download that, put that somewhere on your computer. This one here is optional. This is to get the FOV adjusted a little bit. If you want to play stock the way it is, you can go ahead and bypass this step here. So what you're going to do is click on the spot here so we can go ahead and get this downloaded. So you want to go ahead and click on there and then click download page. And to make this easier for you, just hit the Control and the F key and type in English at the bottom. And it should be able to find the English version for you. There it is. So once you get to that, go to here and we're going to download that, put that on your computer and, install that. And then we're going to need to use that program. Like I said, if you need the FOV adjustment on there. So let's go ahead and travel back to that page. We're going to leave that open. All right, so let's go ahead and minimize that page. And let's head over to the spot where we have our files. So let's go ahead and either, put your disk in your slot so we can install it, or your images. So let's go ahead. I have images. So let's go ahead. I'll get those mounted. So we're going to go ahead and click on the Win folder inside there and right click and install. And I'll go ahead and leave this in the default location. So we'll go ahead and click next, install. And then it should take a little bit to get that to install. Keep in mind the ISO will install faster than the physical, CD if you have that. So once that is done, we're not done. So let's go ahead and mount the second disk. And then from that disk, we're going to need the data folder. So let's go ahead and copy that. And let's go to the spot that has the game. And we're going to paste that in there. So you want to make sure you're in this spot here inside the game folder. And now you're going to paste that inside there. All right, then once that is done, we're going to go inside the second disk and we're going to launch Play Disk Start. And then you can put the settings on here. The game binding you can do later, but just go ahead and click Save Settings. And if you hit play, it should give you an error about the disk, unless you have the physical disk. Okay, see, if you're doing the images, you're going to get that. So let's just make sure this actually did install. We'll go into the control panel, make sure that's listed in programs and features, and it is there. So we should be good on that end. So now that we've done that, let's go back to the folder that has the files. And what we're going to do is the next file we're going to need is the no CD. So we're going to right click on that and extract to its own folder. And they've zipped it twice, so just do the same thing again. And then we're going to take both those files, copy those. We're going to go to the main folder. So you're going to see this and you're going to do paste. And it's going to replace the files. Make sure that you do this for current items. That way it copies everything it needs. Once you've done that, we're done with that step. Now if we launch the game now, it should work. And we're going to go ahead and take the disk out of there. So let's go into game and launch, and the game should launch for us. There we are. So we do see the game launched. So what I'm going to do is let this run really quick so you can see the frame pacing and the stuttering that occurs during the game. And the screen may look a little wrong for you because it's not set to 1920 by 1080, but you should still see the stuttering. So as you can see already in the movie, it is stuttering. So I'm going to let it play through this little section here. You can notice it the most when he goes through the buildings here in the helicopter. So you can see how bad that is stuttering. And then I'll show you a little bit here for the gameplay in a second. Even the sound didn't sync up. As you could tell, the missile sound came after the hit.
Whoa, what are you waiting for? Right, you don't know what to do. It's cool. Stay alert and watch the step.
So as you can see, the stuttering is pretty bad.
Press this button to jump. The longer you hold the button,
So by the time we're through with this, it should work perfectly. So let's go ahead and jump back out of here.
you need permission to start the game.
So let's jump out of here. So what we're going to do now is go back into the folder that had the downloaded files. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in there. So we have those files in there. So now the next thing we're going to need is the widescreen fix. So let's go ahead and extract that into its own folder. The password for this is PCGW in caps. All right, so we're going to go in here, or actually that's not the right one. 2D fix is here. So now what we're going to do, we're not going to use this one here. We're just going to use this one and this one. Then we are going to go and paste those in here. Now this is going to allow you to set the resolution that you want. So go ahead and click on here, run that file. What you're going to do is go to the location that has the game. So C program files x86, and we're looking for the THQ folder right there. Then click on the Disney folder, the Incredibles, and the one that says game, that's the one we want. So make sure it shows up like this on your system. Then we're going to go ahead and change the resolution that we want to right here. We're going to click patch, and this is an error. Before you run that, make sure it's run as administrator. So properties, compatibility, run this program as administrator, and now it should work. So let's go ahead and do that again. All right. And game folder, once that is chosen, put the resolution. Now we're going to hit patch and it should be fine. So as you can see, it gave you the game successfully patched. Now when we launch it, it should launch in 1920 by 1080. But before we do that, we're going to take the DG Voodoo. So go into the folder where you have that, copy those. We're going to paste that inside the folder right here where it says game. We are going to go into MS, x86, copy. So all those files are going to go inside the game folder. So go ahead and overwrite whatever's there. Once those are done, right click on this one, do the same thing, compatibility, run as administrator. We're going to launch that. And you should see the location right here because the game is already, has this file inside. So once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and make sure this enumerate refresh rates is on. If you want scan lines, you can go on here and activate this option right there. This needs to be checked in order for this to work correctly. Okay, once we're in here, we're going to go ahead and choose here, or you could leave that pretty much. I just like putting it to max just for the hell of it. Now we're going to go ahead to resolution. You're going to match the resolution you just picked. But you want to make sure it's set to 50. Now for me, the 60 is what was causing, you know, all that frame rate that you saw, the issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to 50. So 1920 by 1080 at 50. We're going to click apply. You want to force the video. So once that is all done, we can go ahead and hit apply. Click OK. Now when we launch the game, it should launch, you know, with the DG Voodoo logo on the bottom, and we should see the scan lines. As you can see, there's scan lines on there. And now we got the widescreen effect. We're going to go ahead and run the game again, and you're going to notice that the skipping is gone.
That's what I'm...
So as you can see, the video is not skipping, so we'll go ahead and let this go a little bit further into the game so we can see the gameplay.
Yo, what are you waiting for? Right, you don't know what to do. It's cool. Stay alert and watch your step.
So as you can see, the game is not stuttering anymore, and that's running at the 50 frames per second. So let's go ahead and jump out of there. What I'm going to show you to do now before I stop the video is go ahead. If you like running it like this, that's fine. So you're all set. Just remember to click on the launcher and set your you know, joypad up, and then save from there. Don't launch it. Don't try to launch the game from the launcher. Just launch the launcher. Set the settings for your joystick, and then save, and then launch it from the you know, inc pc.execute, and you should be good to go. If you want to apply the FOV effect on there and change the distance a little bit, what we're going to do is go ahead and open up the program that we downloaded earlier. So let's go ahead in there and get that started. So that's the HXD hex editor. So we'll go ahead and start that. Once that is open, go ahead to the folder that has the game file. So that's going to be C. You know, or if you change the default, just go to the location that you have on yours. So go in here and you want to click on the game folder, and then you want to pick this file here. Once we do that, click open. The next step you're going to do is hit Control F on the keyboard, and you're going to pick the hex value section here. So make sure you've changed that to hex values. Then go back to the web page that had the settings. So we're going to copy this number here. So copy that number, and we're going to paste it in here and search for that hex values. We're going to click OK, and there it is here. So what you want to do now is just scroll from left to right, and you're going to highlight that number, and we're going to paste the second number on here, which is this one. So it's similar, but it is different. So make sure that you choose this one when you go in there. So go ahead and either, you know, right click and copy, or Control C to copy. Once you have that, we're going to paste it in here by right clicking on here. We're going to click paste insert. Then we're going to go here and click on save as, keep the name the same, click save, and tell it you want to replace it. If you get this error, don't worry, because it should work fine, because I've tested it on mine. So if this comes up, just go ahead and hit yes, and then you can close that out. Now if you hit date modified, you'll notice it did change that file, because it changed it right to the top, and it should match the time that you worked on it. So just to show you that it does, you know, make the change on there. So once that's in there, once again, let's go ahead and jump into the game. And then, like I said, remember, if you want to change the bindings, just click the launcher and go to your, you know, the gamepad settings. And I'll just go ahead and do it before I close out the videos, just to make sure you guys know how to do that. So we'll go ahead and launch the game here. And now you'll notice, you know, still no frame skipping, and you're going to have the added effect, you know, that the FOV has changed a little bit, so you can see more of the screen. So we'll let this jump in game here in a second.
Yo, what are you
And as
waiting
you can see,
for?
the camera's a little bit
Right,
further
you
out
know
now.
what to do.
So you
Let's
do
go.
see more of the
Stay
screen.
alert and watch your step.
No skipping, so we are good to go. So let me go ahead and show you real quick how to set up the joystick. So we'll let this close out and we'll jump back into the launcher. So just go ahead back one folder and we're going to launch this one here. We're going to click run. Go into game binding. If you want to change the keyboard bindings, you would go in here. This is the one for the gamepad. Now you want to make sure, because I did this mistake before, make sure you have your drop down menu here and make sure you pick the correct gamepad. And once you do that, you should be able to go in here and change all the settings. So these I would assign to the right thumbstick if you have that, and then you can assign these buttons any way you want. And with that, we're good to go. Once you got the gamepad binding set, go to launcher and you're going to click save settings. Once that is done, you can quit and launch the game from in here again. So just make a shortcut to that file, and that's the one that's going to run the game. So with that, we're done. If you guys make use of the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions on it and you can't get it to work, just post them in the comment section. We'll see you guys soon. If you have not subscribed, please do so, and we'll catch you on the next one.